Are you saying baby to me or to the cat? Okay. Hey. Oh, I literally clicked go live and then I said that to you. Hey Ian. Hope you're still around. It's been 15 minutes. I know Rico's live. I'm in chats there. I was gonna try not to make a mess pouring water out instead of using a transfer pump here. So far, so good. And looks like it was like the perfect amount of water that I got. You can't see what I'm doing because I'm just bumping into the camera. But I was doing that. Oh, we got a bunch of people in here now. Sam, Jeff Pelham, Adele, Eric. What was I doing? Oh, I need to go grab my battery. Oh, it's right in front of me. Stupid. In case you guys didn't know, I got like 2 brain cells left after the concussions and everything. So, if it ever seems like I just don't have anything between my fucking ears, that's because there isn't. All right. So this is the idea behind. I'm gonna add like a bunch of aragonite sand and gravel and things, and I'm thinking about cutting some of that cross point mesh or whatever you call that stuff. Here, let me do that really quick. Tighten that up. This cable's all fucked now, but yeah, you're right, Adele. It's not something I should regardless of whether it's true or not, it's not the kind of thing I should endorse because other people don't need to be doing that to themselves. You know, even if I think that I XYZ, I don't think other people should think that way. So, like, treat yourself how you wish others treated themselves. Yeah, so that's going to be my salty jar. I read this whole thing that, like, I did that thing where I looked up for forum posts that reinforce my beliefs. Hey, Amisa, welcome in. Hey, Vibes, also welcome in. If anybody wants to pop up on stream, feel free. I hope audio and video and everything is good. Is that over there? Oh, it's just seeing my tank. Okay. I'm stupid. Welcome in, Eric, if I didn't say hi to you already. Mike is in the chat. Mal, Aquarium Delirium, welcome in. So this thing that we're looking at over here, I'm motioning with my mouse as if you guys can see it on the screen. I don't think you can. We've got these clear tubes in, how do I get it so you can see that? I've got 3 of them, and those are spray bars from those little, like, the pumps that I'm shipping out to Aqua Garden Zen. No, not Aqua Garden Zen. Nano Aquarium Guy and Fishy Biz. And then I've got 2 little USB pumps attached to the Nano surface skimmer. So it's going to pull water from the top, oxygenate it, and then pump it. And then the spray bars are pointing straight down. So when power's out and there's no, you know, we'll see how bad it is. To be honest, it's stupid that I'm going to bury the pumps anyways. I don't recommend this. Don't do what I'm doing. This is long-term maintenance-wise going to be a nightmare. Maybe it will work and I will figure out a better way. There are pumps that I want to try. There are some like inline pumps that I want to try. But like, let me see if I can find one. They're on like sponge filters on Amazon, but I don't remember. So they're on ones that look like this. Every now and then you'll see one where the pump is in the center there. And I've never seen a pump like that just for here. This is what I'm looking for. So I haven't seen a pump like this for sale where it's like in line. I don't know how to describe that, but I could flip that around and use that instead of these 2 USB pumps. And that would be, did I ever click? I never clicked share. I'm not actually showing you anything. This. Oh, I clicked it. I didn't mean to do that. Go away, honey. So that pump is in line. Instead of being like a 90-degree angle, like most pumps, the water goes in, like the input and the output are offset by 90 degrees, and that can be frustrating with plumbing and things like that, especially when you're working in a super small space like this. So I bought a T, and then I'm using the 90 degrees of the 2 pumps to make a square in that. Let's stop presenting. This is like the wrong angle. Maybe I need to like do it from here. I feel like I'm left-handed or something. But yeah, so we've got surface skimmer and then the pumps going down and all that jazz. And you can see I've got that T barb and then the 90s from the pumps. And you could instead have a pump right there and then eliminate like a bunch of extraneous whatever. 3G is in the chat. Welcome in. Thank you. So that's the idea with the salty jar. I'm going to spend way too much What's happening on Friday? I'm gonna spend way too much money, like I always do, because I'm a nerd for Substrate. Let me adjust this light. There, I look less like a ghost now, right? All right. So, oh shit, Adele's been backstage for who fucking knows how long.
Hi. No, I literally just popped in back.
Literally, okay, that's good. I
You're good.
could be super oblivious. You know how it is.
It's all good. You're having a kind of goldfish day today, aren't you, mate?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's well, I got up at like 6 this morning. I woke up at
Yeah.
6:05 or something. And my alarm was set for 6:15, and I was like, cool. I could have had 10 more minutes of sleep. So I laid there until the alarm went off, right?
I hear you.
Um,
Like, I've been up probably since about 1:30. It's now 4:13 a.m.
yeah.
Like,
And
I've been consistently waking up at the same time the last few days, and it's starting to wear on me.
ooh, that sucks.
My goldfish day was yesterday, a 5-hour shift at work. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. No, I didn't have enough bowls of cereal. I need to eat something after this stream. But sorry, Ian just said too many bowls of cereal this morning. No, I had
Not
to.
enough.
Yeah, not enough bowls of cereal. We had to take the car to the like dealership. They were gonna do just the standard interval, whatever. She just bought it like 6 months ago, so everything should be good. They like did the oil change and everything, and that's nice. They told us 3 hours, so we went home instead of like going to a coffee shop or eating, and they sent us a message an hour later. It was like an hour and 3 minutes
Your
or
car's
something.
ready.
Yeah, and we were like, dude, why did we even bus home?
Yeah, they basically would have like checked the oil filters, checked all your fluids, and gone, eh.
Well, there's a bunch of recall stuff they had to fix, like firmware updates and stuff. Because this particular car is one of those ones that you could steal with a USB stick, I guess, where you like not like plug it into the port, like jam it in the ignition and twist it, and your car will start.
Wow.
Yeah, I like found that out. I was like, I left my
Well, if you ever lose your
wonderful
key,
fiance in what I thought were the capable hands of my father while I went to work while we were shopping for this car. And I was hoping to get like a hybrid or something so she could save on gas a lot more.
yeah,
Especially if we could get a plug-in hybrid, because some of the places we were looking at moving to have electric plug-in
they have the
spots.
recharge stations
Yeah,
and
and so
stuff.
like maybe
Yeah.
she could spend zero gas except for when we go on the highway or whatever. Yeah, it's a Kia, Sam. Good job.
The Kia.
There's nothing wrong with the car. It's a reasonably good car. And we got it for super cheap because of this problem, and because it was like, I think it was leased. It was like 2 years old and super low mileage, which to me indicates that it was leased.
That's good.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, you got a 2-year-old car? Like, sure, it's not a hybrid, but I can throw my bike in the back of it, which we can't say about her previous car. I used to have to like take the wheels off and shit, and it was a pain in the ass.
You're forgetting about the most important thing. You can fold down the seats and fit tanks in it.
Yeah, no, if I can fit my bike in it, I can fit a 6-foot tank, or we might be able to fit a sheet of plywood in the back of her car. I'm not sure. It's not a 3 rows of seats, so like I can't guarantee it. Like,
is it like a 7-seater?
No, I think it's just 5. I think it's a standard 5, but it's an SUV. It's not. I don't think you could call it a crossover.
That's awesome.
It's just not like an
I'm
extra
looking for something
SUV.
like that, and I have been leaning towards the Kia, but
you just want to make sure that you get one with the. I mean, the recall's been at done at this point. So like if you're
Yeah.
getting one from a dealership, you just have to ask if that work's been done.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what I'm getting at. I'm just window shopping for cars.
I actually, so one of the reasons I don't drive, Sam,
Damn.
is like reasons we've talked about, you know, ecology and whatever else. Oh, FishFam Link just let me know that I'm live. Cool.
Delayed reaction.
Well, it's nice that I'm glad that I'm getting those notifications. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's cool.
But one of the reasons I don't drive is like ecology, and I prefer to bike because I feel like I am less likely to kill somebody except for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you there.
I'm like terrified. I've seen people when they like find out that their loved one is fucking gone forever.
Yeah.
And I never ever want to be the cause of that. You know what I mean? And that's like
Yeah.
really intense to think about when you're behind the wheel of the car, I guess.
It's
But
true.
I'm
Like,
kind
I
of one of
think
those people that's like, you got to think
I
about
think
that
the
every
same
time
thing.
you're behind the wheel of the car because you're driving, you're handling heavy equipment, right?
Yeah.
But
I hate it around here. Like, I live in a school district, so about 3 blocks away there's a high school, and another 3 blocks in another direction there's a primary school.
yeah,
So there's kids, like, they get off the trains, they come off the buses through the train station, and they come up my street. If I'm driving at that certain time of day, these kids will just come out on their scooters right out onto the road without freaking looking. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to be responsible for
no,
hitting someone's kid
literally,
because, I mean, they kind of deserve it because they don't look where they're going, but yeah,
yeah. But
I
at the same
couldn't do
time, like
that.
kids should be able to play in the street.
Well,
You
it
know,
is a
like if
busy
it's,
street.
I mean, it's a main road or whatever. Like I hear you. It's complicated. But one of the big reasons that I don't drive, like the serious reason that I don't drive, is because my partner gets nauseous when someone else drives. And if I was driving, I'd be like overly concerned about hitting people and overly concerned
Yeah,
about making her nauseous. And then I wouldn't drive fast or aggressive enough for her. And so she'd spend the whole time screaming at me.
freaking
I
out at you.
guarantee you, we would be driving and
But you
she
know
would be
what?
like,
That's okay, Corey, because you get to be passenger princess.
it's okay. Last time I was making fun of your banana shoes and I like had one of them and I kept looking over my shoulder because or not last time, but a couple times ago, you weren't home, you'd already left, but for some reason I was expecting you to huck the other banana shoe at me because I was like making fun of you and your giant Crocs that are like, you know, 6 inches. So yeah, no, I'm a cyclist. I don't need to. I'm a bicycler. I wouldn't call myself a cyclist. I don't wear spandex or
Mal's got a
anything.
Toyota CHR hybrid.
Yeah,
Toyota is so expensive here. Oh my god. But I love Toyotas. I want a Hilux. Like the twin cab with the canopy on the back so I could take it camping. Oh my god. I would be in heaven. But they're like $40,000+ used.
that's insane. I mean, I guess that's like not from a dealer.
I think, yeah. But even not from a
Okay,
dealer,
yeah,
like
dealers
secondhand
get more
anywhere,
expensive.
they're expensive. It's because it's such a good car. My ex had a Hilux. We used to take that thing everywhere. He was going to upgrade it with like the bigger fuel tank,
Yeah,
so we could go further. But we used to just put, gas cans in the back of the car and go traveling.
yeah, it's nice when they're I mean, technically, having gas cans in the back of your car is like a fume hazard or something. I think you're not supposed, at least if it's
Oh
in the
no, in the
cabin.
like
Yeah, yeah,
in
in
the
the
flatbed.
backpack.
So
But it's so nice when they're
you
plugged
kind of
in.
have to do that here. So my Nissan Diesel, like this, I love my T30 Extra.
Yeah,
Yes,
some of the places
X-Trans I've
in
been looking at as
Australia
well.
are so far apart, and there's no gas stations in between.
Exactly right. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. Sam. Oh, you crack me up, buddy. So the UK has more diesel cars than the US does. I find that hard to believe.
All right, I was trying to pull it up, but like it's not.
Oh, so my main question is, so
Yeah,
what we're looking at, is this like a new nanotank or
yeah, it's
a
a 2 gallon
filtration or
jar,
okay.
and I'm gonna put. It's gonna be like a little
Hmm.
brackish tank is the idea.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and we're gonna experiment with some macroalgae in there probably too, because some of them can
Cool.
hold up to those salinities. I think that's what the poll. I think the poll evened out to be like 60-30 towards the brackish.
Cool.
And then maybe after we move at some point, I might get a larger tank for all of the critters that are in this guy. And I hope that wasn't too nauseating. I hope it was like cool camera work or something. I wasn't looking. I was on another page.
Yeah, I wasn't looking.
Um,
All right, we'll start seeing everyone in the chat turn green.
yeah. Um,
Oh, that'd be cool.
what do you mean my card is empty? Oh, 'cause it's all on that auto ship.
Oh, so I
Um,
finally started pruning some plants in my big tank. They were kind of getting to a weird length, and they've started growing new like healthy stems and everything now. So I've started to go in and I've been just trimming everything down, getting rid of that unhealthy stem and the parts that have melted off, and replanting everything. I'm about halfway through the tank now. I didn't want to stress everything out.
awesome.
So yeah, very happy about
Yeah.
that. Like I'm at the point where I'm trimming the plants in there. So that's really good.
Yeah, they're all like doing well enough that that's a
Oh, there's so much
possibility.
algae growth in this tank. There's new healthy growth on all the plants. Like I'm really happy. And it's just taken that, being a bit more patient with it and just letting it sit and letting it do its thing. And ghost feeding, that's it. I do need to get some more flourish though.
The
Yeah, liquid fert.
the fertilizer, yeah. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. So,
Ooh, was that Amazon?
chewy, but yeah. There's this one, live sand, 5 pound
Hmm.
bag. I have not seen this 5 pound bag for sale anywhere else. And
Hmm.
if I
That's
I don't
pretty
know if
cheap.
this is a dry one or a wet one. Each green encapsulated with real ocean water. Okay, so pretty sure this is wet sand. I might be
Well,
wrong. That's the I'm hoping it's wet sand. I'm also probably going to buy this 10 pound bag. Oh, how do I?
one would think if it's bioactive, it needs that
This way.
moisture to.
Yes, but sometimes they call it live, and it's live dry.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. This 10 pound bag, Nature's Ocean. This company,
Hmm.
I have had really good experience with in the freshwater world, so I'm confident in their like bacteria mix or whatever as
Yeah,
well. Um,
you're already familiar with their products, and
to an
from the
extent,
freshwater
yeah.
point of view.
And then I love you. You're amazing. She found my sunglasses.
Aw,
I've been looking for them for days.
the
So that's
finder
going
of
to be super
things.
helpful. Yeah. And Carib Sea makes this like large chunk aragonite called seafloor.
Uh, Ian says
They
the
also
Ocean
make a
Direct sand should be wet sand.
yeah, it says Ocean Direct. So that's yeah, that should be wet sand, and that's not the same as their
Both Ian and Jeff Pelham are saying they both like the Carib Sea products.
yeah. I've had pretty good results with Carib Sea. I bought I bought 2 wet products for my last not this 20 long, but the 20 extra high over there, my deep substrate. I used the Eco Complete, which is like crushed basalt with live bacteria in a wet bag. Have a wonderful day, baby. I love you. Wait, come back.
Wait, come back.
Sorry. And then I used a bag of this, basically, but the freshwater version, because it was black and it came with live active bacteria, but freshwater. And it was like I've showed you guys how it's like 7 layers or whatever. It's your
Yeah.
bean dip. But yeah, either this seafloor, which is made specifically, they don't say it here, but it's yeah. It says specifically for plenum tight nitrate reducing beds.
Oh, cool.
So that's why I was thinking, there we go, about using it with as the very bottom level. But at the same time, I could use crushed coral for a larger chunk, or I could get like Miracle Mud or something, which is going to be like $20 instead of $10. Like the crushed coral here is $13.74. But the Miracle Mud is, I don't know. I don't know if Miracle Mud is worth anything. It's Ian says he'll give me his bacterias too. But yeah, I'm definitely one of those people that I don't know if I'm like you're saying, it's a goldfish day. Every day is a goldfish day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I finished that thought. When I move all these fish to a larger tank, when I move and I get a larger tank, because I'm probably going to grab like a 55 or something. There's always free 55s on Craigslist.
That's so crazy to me.
Well, I mean, people, in my experience, 55 is the size of tank people think will be big enough for a fish, but it's so narrow that they either get a fish that outgrows the tank and they kill the fish and they get out of fish keeping, or they buy a bigger tank and now they have this 55 and maybe some older equipment that they've outgrown since they've gotten better at fish keeping that they no longer use.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like, and even if it's not on Craigslist.
If you look on anything here, like Marketplace, our version of Craigslist Gumtree, you will not find free. A tank that size is always going to be at least $100.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
so
there are
it's so
people who are
expensive, even
asking
secondhand
200.
here. Yeah.
There are idiots out there who, don't know
There's
that their
people still trying
Aqueon
to get their
55
money
is
back
not
for
worth a
what they
damn.
spent. Yeah. They're trying to get their money back on what they spent on the tank in the first place, and Sorry,
I
it
want to get.
depreciates as soon as you buy it.
Ian says 55s are good for rainbows, hard to
Ooh.
escape though. I want to get more flagfish. So the idea is that I'll get a couple more flagfish females for this male, and he'll chill out, hopefully, and I'll give them more space by finding a larger tank. And then once I move all the plants and fish and everything out of this tank, I could move the substrate out of it too and add more substrate to the 55 and do that however I want to do. And then I can turn this 20 long into a either a larger brackish tank or a full, like, try my hand at a larger nano full salt reef tank, depending upon how I feel about it. Because this little jar is going to be my first try at anything salty and dealing with measuring salinity and things.
Oh, it's
But
going to be interesting.
if I empty this tank out, in theory, if the mangrove gets too big for this jar, I can move it to the 20.
Yeah,
and it'll live in the 20
absolutely.
for a hot minute.
I like this. It's very mad scientist kind of. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, and
I can't
I'm
make
looking
it.
forward to seeing it.
Ian says, "Do it."
Do it.
I'm a big fan of that. Why does that color not show up? I've got to have some green screen or something turned on in OBS. Do you guys see that?
Yeah, it looks yellow and red.
Yeah, it's yellow, but do you see the weird, like...
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's
there's
so
even an
bizarre.
outline, like, on your fingers over the top of it. Like,
I've got to have a green screen turned on in OBS
wow.
somewhere. That's so funny. Yeah, the 50% off are not so bad either. But
some of those Petco sales you guys have, holy crap.
So what I like to do every time the Petco sale happens is I like to look on Craigslist for people that have the same identical tanks, and then I like to message them and say, I could buy this tank new for this amount. Are you willing to sell it $1 per gallon?
Yeah.
That's
a good way of doing it.
And then you get yourself a 40 breeder for $40 instead of 60 at Petco.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who won't pay more than $1 per gallon for a tank still, and I'm like, the economy is not what it was, but all right, if that's what if you have enough tanks that you can be spoiled like that, go ahead.
Yeah.
To wait for the...
Well, my 30-gallon was, I think the members price at Petbarn was like $500.
500 Australian?
But that was for the whole kit, yeah. So you got your hang on the back, your heater, your light, your stand, the glass lids. I don't know, something, I don't know. I feel a bit happier knowing it's new as opposed to used. Just because I don't trust people that put up, big tanks on the listings.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to reseal a tank. At least I know when I've got this here, it's brand new, it hasn't been used before. I think for the first 12 months it might be covered under a manufacturer's warranty or something, but I don't think so. I need to learn how to reseal.
It's a skill. I haven't done it in a long time. I will say, don't be too scared with the razor. Yeah, you can scratch the glass if you're not careful with it, but you got to get every bit of old silicone
You
off
got to
of
get
that thing.
everything off. Yeah.
There are plenty of people who have had success doing some shitty patch jobs, and they say that it works, and they say that it's not going to leak in 10 years or 3 years or whatever. I don't trust it. If you've got a
Yeah.
leaky tank, you need to replace the seal between the panes of glass. And that
Yeah.
means that you have to take that pane of glass off. You might only need to take one pane out of the like 4 off. You can absolutely do that. You don't need to necessarily reseal your whole tank if you've only got a
Yeah.
leaky corner and you know where the leak's at. But you can't just like silicone over the top and
No,
hope that
you
that
can't.
works. Uh,
It's not
people,
how it works.
yeah.
I've watched enough of like Serpe designs. I love Tanner. He's
Mhm.
amazing, and he explains everything so simply. Like even I can understand it.
Welcome in,
He
Moose.
kind of makes me not afraid to try it.
Hey, Jenna. Yeah, like my thing is like if I break the glass, like, oh no, a tank that was leaky. Like if I mess up
Yeah.
in the process of this, welcome
Hi,
in,
Moose.
Lando.
Hi, Lando. You found out too much secondhand tanks with a crappy water. Yeah. So
Yeah.
as soon as I see a
No,
water
the
damaged stand, I
stands.
go, okay, what's happened to the tank?
I very rarely. Well, I mean that doesn't. I like spill on my stand all the time. Well, my tank's not leaking. That's just I have a messy system that splashes sometimes. And I'm bad at water changes. Like Jude's, you know,
Yeah.
she's an overfiller.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I've had ones where like there's cracked glass, and I've taken that pane of glass and flipped it over, so the crack is now in the top corner.
At the top,
Um,
yeah.
so
Oh, I've
I,
seen that done, yeah.
then you reseal. You still have to reseal between the two cracked pieces, and I was really lucky. It was like a nice clean crack. It didn't shatter. Um,
Oh, that's good.
and because it was at the top, there wasn't so much pressure on that point in the glass. Whereas like at the bottom, you have the full 2 feet of water pressure.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. This 20 long was easy enough to buy at Petco during their sale in like January. So and they
Yeah.
keep doing it. We'll see what I decide to do because it's hard to say no to free, but at the same time,
This is true. I guess
if
it all
I buy a
depends on
leaky
how
tank at
willing you are
Petco,
to.
I can take it back to Petco.
Yeah. As it just depends on how willing you are to take the time to resell, tanks and things if you buy them secondhand.
Yeah, because
If
I
they
don't have
need
like
it,
a
they
workshop
might not.
anymore. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, that's
Hi, Silver.
Tommy. Welcome in.
Oh goodness. All right, I'm starting to yawn. I'd better go.
Me too.
It's
I gotta
quite
eat
early
something
for me.
soon.
It's not quite. It's about 20 minutes to 5 a.m. and I've been up already for a few hours. I need to go and take a nap before I get up and get
Did I
ready for work.
accidentally start a video? There we go. I did. Well, thank you for coming up. I hope you
All right.
have a good day at work and
I
everything.
didn't want to leave you up here all on your own, especially since you posted the link.
Yeah. No, I
Quick,
appreciate it.
someone else come up and hang out.
I'm more than open to hanging out. Yeah, that's true. Bingo is soon.
Good to see you, Cora. Good to see you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Adele. So this is bright yellow, and I wonder if I can turn that off. Filters. There we go. Fixed it. Wonder if that fixes how my plants look in the tank. Yeah. That whole time it's been the freaking it's been some green screen. All right. This is some pot scrubbies that I sewed together with from the dollar store that I sewed together with some fishing line that you can see I've also attached to a suction cup. And my idea is to use this in a smaller, this is 2 gallons. I'm going to use gallon jars for like amphipod cultures and scud cultures and things like that. Hi, Ness. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us today. So you'll take this out of your scud culture or amphipod culture or whatever, and then you shake it in your main tank, and they will swim out. Dusty, welcome in. Glad to see you. Thank you, but it's not my idea. Everything is I don't have ideas, man. Everything I do is stolen from it's borrowed, stolen, begged off of someone out there. Everything I know is something someone else taught me. It's all just, taking knowledge from here and taking knowledge from there and taking knowledge from there and gleaning it together, applying principles of like physics or whatever that we already know, and like thinking about it in regards to our fish tanks, applying stuff from like wastewater management and things like that, where like they have no business messing around. They have to get stuff done. So if they say the most effective flow pattern for a settling tank is X, Y, or Z, I'm gonna trust them. I'm not gonna say, oh, but this guy on the internet said, no, I'm gonna trust that PDF file that I found for all these wastewater management plans that analyze the different flow patterns and weights and how like the ratios that you have to accomplish. I don't know. It's just applied knowledge. It's not. I didn't come up with it. You know what I mean? Like this is not a settling tank, but that's something. When you look at saltwater sumps, they're basically set up, especially if they've got their bubble trap set up right. A lot of saltwater sumps are set up with the ratio to be. I don't know how much time we have before fishy bingo, but we can do that. When you look at the way the water flow comes down through here, out, and then it has to like, it's going to cycle and rise up. And this is probably designed to be a refugium setup there in the middle. And then you could have another settling tank here where it comes, and then it has to rise up over this and then go through those, and then it gets pumped out through the it gets pumped out. This is your pump chamber. You put sponge and media and stuff in these, generally speaking. This is where you would put like I don't know if you would put a protein skimmer here or here. I think you would put it after the refugium, but I might be wrong on that. Oh, you guys aren't even seeing what I'm looking at. I hate this. Share this tab instead. I'm demonstrating with this. I'm like looking around on it and everything. All right. Water's going to come through your filter socks. So that's the thing. filter socks negate any need for a settling chamber. You've got all your solids collected already, basically. But if you take your filter sock out, like Tommy, and most people get sick of filter socks because you have to clean them all the time, build a settling chamber. The water in the settling chamber is going to go kind of in a circular manner. I don't know if I can find the imagery that I'm looking for with a quick Google search, but I'm going to try really quick. Oh yeah, absolutely I can. Share this tab. So there's a few different shapes that you can get. But you see how having a weir at the top and everything, surface skimming. So this sump surface skims over here, but does not here. See that? Surface skims at the top with the sponges, but not over here. So the second chamber would make a better settling chamber, if that's to make sense. And then there's also, I don't remember what kind of settling basin they call that. There's also axial. Maybe that's the wrong word. Yeah, so in this situation, the water goes in here, up this tube, rises out slightly over the top of the water level is right here, just under the lip of that pipe. The water comes out and over, and this pipe here that is larger ensures that the water doesn't just go straight out that pipe. And the water has to come down here, and it kind of swirls down here for a little while and hopefully drops any sediment before it comes out here. And these actually work worse than the setup that I showed you a second ago. When you look at radial flow, that's what they call them. Whole bunch of different ways to do them. They're not the most efficient form of settling filter, like if you're talking about gallon per gallon or pound by pound. This would work better. Like this linear setup, as opposed to, for whatever reason, I don't remember, it's fluid dynamic stuff, something. People smarter than me figured it all out. Loofah pieces on top of the filter. That's good. It's a good tip. They are, oh, dang. I'm doing it again. All right. Let's look at these different, all right. Settling filter, water in, up, down here, it circles and out. You can see they've got a weir there, again, to prevent solids from settling in. Where'd it go? This one. This video is pretty good about if you wanted to build one, but they're worse than if you were to use a sump Dang, I gotta go back a long ways. And to use a settling basin like this. The water comes in. This has like a big conveyor to move the sludge. But you've got your water coming in, and it just lets the sediment precipitate out of the solution. And then your weir is a surface skimmer at the top here. This is more like that axial one. But having the output be a surface skimmer is really important, from what I understand. There's a lot of good information about sedimentation tanks out there. All right, let's see what's up. Honeycomb style filter socks last longer. Micro ones you've tried as well, would have to change them. Because they're thinner in places, it a honeycomb pattern. Pattern doesn't matter, but it is thinner in places and allows water to still flow through. I get that. Oh shit. Ian! Sorry.
Yo, what up, Reva?
I'm sorry that I'm being really stupid too. Are you watching me forget to switch screens?
Yes, I am. It's pretty hilarious. But it's okay. I do the same thing because I'm not used to it.
Well, I just expect it to know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Right?
Right. Fishy on's in. Fernando.
What up, everyone?
Thanks, Moose. What time do you have work today, Ian?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock? Me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 to 10?
Yeah. That's why I'm not
Oh.
stoked that I got up at 6 this morning. But
Yeah. I got up early too, but
that's life, you know? I'll
Yeah.
live.
got good sleep last night, so it'll be good.
Yeah. Do you have input on sumps and settling chambers?
I don't.
And how the parallels between those or anything?
It really does matter how a sump is set up and how the detritus will fall and where it will fall. So that does play a key factor, especially the under over under or the over under over.
Exactly, yeah.
That is important, especially in our canister filters. It matters which way your media goes, and it matters which direction your canister filter is going. But just find a sump, and if it works, it works. I don't put my thought too much into it. I just find a sump that comes with the tank, and usually it's paired well
Yeah,
enough.
it's designed to work with that tank pretty well, so
Yeah. But some
Yeah.
some manufacturers just don't get it.
that's kind of cool. This person built a double sump, or their design is for a double sump.
Yep.
But yeah, no, totally. Some manufacturers do not get it.
Even my sump, it's not perfect because my tank has the overflow up above and it also has chambers up above. That's where my mechanical chambers are. So the sump has no mechanical filtration. It's just a protein skimmer, the auto top off, and
Mm-hmm.
a return chamber. I'm going to take that auto top off chamber out soon enough, though.
Are you just gonna bust
Cut
the
the
inner
back.
walls so that it becomes?
So it's just siliconed in there. I can cut it out.
Nice. Okay.
And it's not integral to the outside of the glass. It's just like a glass baffle that goes all the way up, so none of the salt water can get into the fresh water.
Moose says, "What's the trick to lighting a planted refugium in the sump and not growing algae?"
Managing light spill and blacking out your baffles, using blacked out acrylic, that's gonna help not grow algae in other chambers.
Grow
And
the
then-
algae you want to grow.
So I've seen people go as far as sticking a bucket sump or a bucket in their sump
Mm-hmm.
if it's big enough for it, and they've drilled holes, I think around the top, and they have a pump in the sump pumping it in, so it just overflows from the top. But it's all encased in the bucket with the lid, and the light just sits on top of the lid.
Oh, so it's all in the bucket instead of
All the light is in the bucket, so it
yeah.
doesn't grow algae in the sump.
I kind of want to try using hornwort as like do a big Kato ball, but with
Yeah.
hornwort instead.
I think it's
But
possible. Or pearlweed. Pearlweed would be really cool because it grows so dense.
yeah, no, that might work better. Honestly, Paneer, I'm probably about to like end the stream. It's 11:58. I know Fishy Bingo's about to start. If someone wants to throw that in the chat. Um, usually Melvin starts a stream pretty soon too. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta go eat something before work. Thank you for jumping up. Yeah, cheaper lights. You don't necessarily need the nicest light in your refugium if you're not growing if you're not trying to grow super crazy macros or anything. You could try doing an algae scrubber in a part of your in part of your refugium. You could put like a big wall of something for the algae, like turf algae, to grow on, and then put a bubbler or something below it so the what do you call it, there's turbulence and everything like algae likes. What kind of light was that?
It's a China light from Amazon, but it's a spotlight for outside, waterproof, IP66 rating, but it's 65 Kelvin or 65K.
That'll blow your
And
socks off.
It's 100 watts.
Nice.
So this thing is powerful. I've got a 2-pack and I tested one of them outside, and yeah, that's my new outside light. It's that powerful. So it might be too powerful.
Yeah, I don't know. You could definitely grow some algae with that.
Yeah, you could definitely grow some algae with that. It's just a flat panel, and I didn't really take in consideration the spread. It has a ton of spread. So I gotta build like a hood for it so it can contain it better.
I hate that. I want to learn. What are you going to build your hood out of? You said you used to do HVAC stuff?
Yeah, so
You know how to like bend metal good.
I can bend metal good if I have the proper tools. But I
Yeah.
don't have any of those.
Okay.
I do like working with acrylic, or this is a PVC foam board. And this is a control board I made for all my switches.
Yeah, you had a pretty cool video on that.
Turn my video off. Yeah.
See you there, Steve. Have a good one.
So I'm thinking PVC board because PVC board is just easy
Yeah,
to
it's
work
not going to
with.
light on fire or anything.
No. Doesn't
And then are you
light
going to
on
put a
fire.
reflector inside, or?
I was thinking about making like a narrow beam angle. Like, Kessel makes those kind of just little they're just narrow reflectors that
And they don't have a lens on them?
instead of going straight up, it'll go in a little bit and then it'll kind of cone out from the middle.
Oh, I see. Like I've seen there's some horns that are like that for speakers.
Yeah, this thing is dirty, dusty.
You could probably use that. like aluminum ducting tape or flashing, that
Yep.
would probably be pretty reflective and
Oh
stick
yeah, it
to
would
it.
be. And LEDs, I mean, it's not like
Ton of
tubes
heat.
where you have to reflect backlight, but LEDs are pretty directional,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't need a ton of reflecting, at least from what I've noticed. Not like metal halides, because I've run metal halides before, not on any fish tanks, but just in general. And yeah, you want to reflect your metal halides because it's just a single bulb,
Yeah.
and you want to get the most out of your bulb. But with LEDs being like a directional diode, I I don't think it's important with LEDs.
No, I mean, generally speaking, when you see LED stuff, if they've got a reflector, it's just like white paint.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably get away with that too if you've got white paint. I don't know what's cheaper.
That ducting tape is not cheap. That's
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true. It's like 15, 16 bucks a roll or something
Yep.
for like the cheapest, smallest roll. Oh man. Ian says, is it on a Raspberry Pi, your switchboard?
No,
Or sorry, Tommy said that.
it's just a 80J 8 outlet switch. So like I just got little labels on them. I don't have a wave maker on this anymore, so technically it's only running on 4 plugs, this reef tank. But yeah,
Or you could add more stuff if you wanted to.
it doesn't need it. I mean, it's
No, it
running
doesn't.
fine.
It's doing great.
I wish I didn't have a electronic auto top off, but I don't have a sump, so electronic is the way. And that's
Yeah,
the
there's not
auto
really.
top off sensor. If you're gonna keep an auto top off sensor in light, you have to have a cover over it because the snails will try and clean it.
Yeah, they'll like go over the top of it and make it think it's nighttime.
Well,
Or
it
make it
triggers it.
think that it's.
It almost overfilled my tank.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. Reality. This is what all tanks need is an ink bird.
Yeah. There's a few other brands out there too, but
Or
any kind
whatever.
of thermostat heater type deal.
Yeah. For the heater, don't have the heater just plugged straight into a socket.
Yeah.
You want something to control it because those internal thermometers can go bad.
Yeah, the little thermostat in the heater is not always accurate. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta go eat something. I'm kind of
Food,
spacey
go
and
eat some
everything.
food.
Love you guys. I believe somebody's live at this point. Let me look really quick.
Somebody always is.
Yeah, somebody's got to be live. Have a good one. I'm calling it a stream. Moment I'm at 80 degrees in the smaller tank, 79. That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty high, but like, it's really hot in your
Yeah.
it's really hot in your fish room. But thanks for coming up, Ian. Really appreciate, you know.
Yeah, no problem, man. I
Yeah.
like coming up on live, so I'll
Always.
get out of here.
Have a good one, gang.